Here's a question for you. How often do camels drink water when they're in the zoo? Well, the answer is every day. There's a lot of things to see at the zoo, all kinds of exotic looking animals. Of course, now you won't be able to get as close to them as I did, but you probably don't want to anyway. Somehow I don't have enough. These things don't spit or anything, do they?
Well, they think they do. I've never seen these do.
Pretty little baby. Smart, dumb reporter, smart elephant. Elephants have big ears. Oh. Nice, pretty. Is this the male or female?
That right there is one of the females.
I've seen worse looking women. And a girl.
They're all tinted clothing down.
Birmingham Zoo is open every day. Their slogan is, "You belong in the zoo." Some of us certainly do. The Birmingham Zoo, I'm your country rover, Jamie Cooper.
Been living here 69 years. I was 69 years old day before yesterday.
What do you like about it out here?
Oh, it's pleasant. What I mean, you get to do whatever you want to. You get up and you get ready. You go to bed and you get ready.
James Wilbur just described what life is like in the Paint Rock Valley. Sort of a back way, away from it all, way to get to Lynchburg, Tennessee. Paint Rock Valley is the perfect area to take a one-day drive and enjoy some beautiful scenery. You won't find a lot of the hustle and bustle of a busy highway. What you will discover is a peaceful surrounding. Silence occasionally broken by the sound of a tractor or the crossing of a somewhat antique bridge. Paint Rock River, of course, runs its route right through Paint Rock Valley. When the water is low, tractors make their way from time to time across it. One thing to keep in mind when you're riding out through here, do not try to cross the Paint Rock River. You might get into a little trouble, deep trouble. I highly recommend the bridge. A trip this way will take you right through downtown Francisco, Alabama. Slow down or you'll miss it. Once in Huntland, Tennessee, you'll pass Red Book Store, a country store and bar that specializes in side meat and sawmill lunches. Falls Mill is always a nice place to stop. They make real cornmeal here almost every day. If you go like I did, Lynchburg and Jack Daniels will be your final stop. On the road, I'm your country rover. Oh, almost forgot. Tomorrow night we'll look at the covered bridges of Blount County. Jamie Cooper. Years ago here in the state of Alabama, almost every river and stream was dotted with a covered bridge. Today, only 14 remain in the state. 4 of them are right here in Blount County. And all 4 of them, like the Swan here, are open to traffic. The smallest of Blount County's 4 covered bridges is Easley Bridge. Built in 1927, the 14-foot wide bridge is 18 feet above the creek it crosses. Ironically, the creek is called Small Branch. Ferries were once plentiful on rivers throughout Alabama, like here on the Black Warrior. Covered bridges dealt the ferries a severe blow and made traveling faster and easier in the early 1900s. The Nectar Covered Bridge, with a total span of 385 feet, is one of the longest standing covered bridges remaining anywhere. The Nectar also dwarfs a popular Blount County swimming hole. The most historic bridge, and probably the most popular, is the Horton Covered Bridge. It is also, at 70 feet above the water, the highest covered bridge in the country. All four of Blount County's covered bridges are within several miles of one another, which brings us back to the Swan Bridge, the most beautiful of all. Spanning 324 feet of the Black Warrior River, the Swan was constructed in 1933, and especially this time of year is quite an attraction with canoeists and sightseers. All four covered bridges are within an hour's drive of Huntsville. In Blount County, I'm your country rover, Jamie Cooper. In all his years of growing a garden, never did Marvin Page imagine he would be in a cabbage patch this size. A 2.5 acre field of cabbage, 30,000 head to be exact, and the only way to harvest it, get out and get it.
There's no comparison, none whatsoever. You raise 50, 100 heads for the garden, that's just a mere before breakfast job. This is all day.
Large Cabbage Patch is part of a newly formed co-op consisting of some 38 farmers from North Alabama.
It's the worst thing I've ever done.
It's the what?
Worst thing.
Why? How's it that bad?
Tired in the back.
Marvin Page and Lester Taylor own this field and claim it's just one of 3 large cabbage patches in Madison County. How come you get to drive all the time?
My tractor.
These cabbage heads will sell for about 50 to 55 cents a head at the grocery store.
Hey,
Don't you feel like a Cabbage Patch doll out here?
Not hardly.
This field will be planted again after this harvest, and in October, when the weather's a little bit cooler, well, they'll be doing the same thing again. They may not be the prettiest Cabbage Patch dolls around, but they are certainly the hard-workingest bunch of dolls we've ever seen. Cabbage Patch dolls, that is. Would y'all agree with that?
Yeah. Must say.
Madison Crossroads, I'm hungry. I'm your country rover, Jamie Cooper. Grow up, marvel.
No matter what the season, the rhyme or the reason, Sophia's a good old mule.
When Marilyn Green was a kid, she saw a mule working. Since then, a few years have passed, and Marilyn's fascination with man strong as friend has grown into an addiction. Marilyn Green trains her mules to jump. They are the only ones in this part of the country educated to do such a performance.
Good boy. Good boy.
This is the most elegant mule I've ridden.
Julie Walsh, an expert equestrian, was on hand to help demonstrate the talents of Miss Green's pride and joy, Sophia and Rufio.
In this part of the country, you just don't see very many jumping mules.
Is that what you call them, just jumping mules?
Well, mules that jump, they do it all. They're very smart. They're very smart. Once they learn something, good or bad, they don't forget it.
Not only does Miss Green train her mules to jump, she also shoes them and sings about them. Miss Green is believed to be the only person ever to complete an album, also available in cassette, on traditional mule songs. The album was just recently released. Miss Green will be yodeling and braying this Saturday at the Barrett Museum's Folklife Festival. According to Marilyn Powell Green, mules are exceptionally intelligent and not as stubborn as you may have been led to believe, right?
Absolutely, positively true.
Coldwater, Tennessee, I'm your country rover, Jamie Cooper. You're very good at that.
Practice.